Hi guys, Cliff Olson, Doctor of Audiology and founder of Applied Hearing Solutions in Phoenix, Arizona. And in this video, I'm talking about the biggest problem that I'm seeing with earbud style over-the-counter hearing aids. Coming up. The whole intent of over-the-counter hearing aids was to design a new category of devices that was more affordable and accessible for adults with perceived mild to moderate hearing loss who may not be ready for prescription hearing aids yet. The hope is that over-the-counter hearing aids would become a good starting point for individuals in this mild to moderate hearing loss category and ultimately increase hearing aid adoption rates. If we look at the pyramid of hearing aid market penetration, we can see that the majority of people with hearing loss have a mild to moderate level of loss. Yet these are the groups that are much less likely to treat their hearing loss. Hopefully within the next several years, over-the-counter hearing aids will lead to a higher percentage of these individuals in the bottom levels of the pyramid treating their hearing loss, perhaps yourself included. Now that we finally have a regulated OTC hearing aid category, we're starting to see multiple hearing aid manufacturers create these new over-the-counter devices. However, before over-the-counter hearing aids were even a thing, I've been reviewing direct-to-consumer hearing aids that I expected to naturally transition into this over-the-counter category. And you know what? That is exactly what happened when the over-the-counter hearing aid final guidelines came out, establishing this new category in October of 2022. Being able to review these types of devices for the past 6 years has helped me really understand the pros and cons of them. And since the official release of over-the-counter hearing aids approximately 8 months ago, I have sold hundreds of these over-the-counter style devices, allowing me to learn even more about them and what patients like and don't like about them. But before I share my feedback, if you could do me a huge favor and click that like button, it really helps out my channel. And if you are not yet subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, go ahead and do that as well, because that ensures you never miss one of my newly released videos. And I release a ton of new videos every single week. First and foremost, the biggest thing that I learned about over-the-counter hearing aids when they were released 8 months ago is that a lot of people were putting off hearing treatment waiting for over-the-counter hearing aids to arrive. While this is not good because a lot of people put off hearing treatment for nearly 5 years at this point, it's a good thing because a lot of people are now actually considering treating their loss where they weren't considering it before. Individuals who fell within the candidacy range of an over-the-counter hearing aid were now able to try them officially, and individuals who fell outside of the candidacy range were now finally willing to accept their level of hearing loss and then go the prescriptive route. We have also seen some patients who were satisfied with their level of performance using an over-the-counter hearing aid and used them situationally throughout the day. Another thing that we have seen with over-the-counter hearing aids is the willingness to try different styles of devices. Now we have over-the-counter hearing aids that look a lot more like a wireless earbud compared to a receiver and canal design like we traditionally see with hearing aids, which has led to a more broad appeal of these devices to individuals with a mild to moderate hearing loss. But as much as I love these wireless earbud designs, there is one major problem that I've identified with them over the course of the past several years, and that is the occlusion effect. The occlusion effect is a phenomenon that occurs when you essentially plug up your ears with something a lot like a wireless earbud style over-the-counter hearing aid. This causes the sound of your own voice that bone conducts through your jaw into your ear canals to be trapped inside your ear canals and vibrate your eardrum, making your own voice sound boomy and loud to yourself. This also makes the sound of chewing on food, especially crunchy food, extremely loud. Go ahead and plug your ears yourself and talk and see what it sounds like. Now imagine wearing an over-the-counter hearing aid that cause that all the time. Almost all of these earbud style devices have a rubber dome on the tip of them that has no ventilation whatsoever, so the sound of your voice cannot escape outside of your ear canals. And while these wireless earbud style over-the-counter hearing aids can improve your hearing, even for streaming from your smartphone into your ears for things like music and phone calls, it can almost be impossible to wear them consistently because of this occlusion effect. That's why Jabra, today's video sponsor, developed the Jabra Enhance Plus over-the-counter hearing aids with their new vented ear gels. Just by putting these tiny vents on the tips of these vented ear gels, Jabra was able to significantly reduce the occlusion effect while still improving your hearing at the same time. By allowing the vibration of your own voice to escape outside of your ear canals, it can significantly improve the perception of your own voice and almost eliminate the occlusion effect. This also allows you to keep your Jabra Enhance Plus over-the-counter hearing aids inside of your ears while you're eating, which is a pretty big deal if you want to hear what other people are saying when you go out to a restaurant. But that is not all that you can do with the Jabra Enhance Plus over-the-counter hearing aids. You can also test your hearing using the Jabra Enhance app on your smartphone using the closed dome tomes to customize your initial amplification settings. Once you've personalized the audio, you can also set your preferred speech filter to clear, normal, or full based on your preferences. Then you can adjust the listen mode to adaptive or surround, or even focus mode that has been specifically designed for use in noisy environments. You also never have to worry about changing your batteries because the Jabra Enhance Plus over-the-counter hearing aids come with a new and improved 12-hour battery life on a single charge. The best part is, since Jabra is owned by GN, and GN owns the major hearing aid manufacturer Resound, you know that you're getting a legitimate over-the-counter hearing aid that has been designed to enhance speech, but not the background noise. If you would like to check out the Jabra Enhance Plus over-the-counter hearing aids for yourself, I will have them linked down in the description. If you eventually find yourself migrating your way up this pyramid to the moderately severe to severe levels of hearing loss, you can always naturally transition into a prescription hearing aid like the Resound Omnia. Ultimately, there are way more pros than cons when it comes to over-the-counter hearing aids, especially if you can eliminate the occlusion effect. And with continued improvement to the devices in this over-the-counter hearing aid category, I expect to see more and more individuals with a mild to moderate hearing loss take that first step to hearing treatment. So if you're considering stepping into the world of hearing treatment, let me be the first one to welcome you. Just make sure that you get the right devices so they end up inside your ears instead of in the drawer.